not done yet.
How you doing, gang? It's your boy Dusty back here on the West Coast. It's dark. It's getting darker. It's December now, December 2nd. Christmas is coming. Hearthswarm Eve is almost here, isn't it? Isn't it getting there? Where did the year go? I mean, we started off with the con that shall not be named, and now we're all the way to here. How did that happen? I don't know. But here we are. Hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving, all my American friends, and everybody who's not American. Hope you had a great Thursday, because it was a wonderful day for us over here. We had a great time. So we had Guns. Guns was here all week, so we had Thanksgiving with him, and we had him hanging out all weekend. It was a great time. Thanks for coming, dude. It was awesome. But we are here tonight with one of our favorite artistes, as it were. One Sibsy, lead storyboard artist for one of your favorite programs, and that would be... Which one? Which one was that? Which one did you work on, Sibs?
My Little Pony, I think.
No, I thought it was Ed and Eddie.
Well, that too.
That too.
Like, oh,
yeah,
that too.
That too.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. But yes.
Very far away.
One Sibsy Sabrina Abagade is here.
Hello.
And, hello.
Thank you for having me.
I've been trying to get you on this program for a year, woman. What are you talking about? Love to have you here.
It's been a busy year.
Been a busy year, hasn't it? Because we have very exciting, wonderful hit TV series to work on, don't we?
Have shows to make, yeah.
Shows to make. Not only did you work on that, but you worked on Pound Puppies, Kid vs. Cat, Martha Speaks, Martha. All of these shows, and probably
I loved Martha.
Probably things you can't even talk about yet.
Oh, of course.
Mm-hmm.
That goes without saying,
doesn't it? Goes without saying, yes. There's plenty out there that you've done that we can't talk about.
So many secrets.
Secrets and lies, secrets and lies. It's all secrets and lies.
It's all secrets and lies.
It's all secrets and lies, isn't it? Well, wonderful. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here with us.
No worries.
Yeah. So
about time.
That's about damn time.
About time I have time.
Yes. So we're gonna get straight into it. Question number one.
Oh my goodness. Ready. Okay.
Yes. Ready? Okay. Here we go.
think so.
What are some of your earliest memories of cartoons and comics that you liked as a kid?
Like the ones that really stood out to me, I guess, were the Disney afternoon because I was old enough to appreciate good storytelling and, for the most part, good animation.
For the most part.
For the most part, like DuckTales, Tailspin, Gummy Bears. I remember from when I was really young, but I didn't love them as much as I did like Rescue Rangers. I think because I was still too young. I think Gummy Bears was like 83, 84, which would put me at 4 years old and, you know, not that smart at that age. But those and, you know, the Warner Brothers, Animaniacs, Tiny Toons, those were the Ninja Turtles. Those were kind of the big ones for me.
Yeah. And most people wouldn't understand that, you know, the TV Ninja Turtles were nothing like the comic book Ninja Turtles.
No, nothing at all.
Nothing at all. If you went back and saw some of the early Eastman and Laird, it's like the turtles killed people. Oh my god!
I've got the collections, and I met them at a few Comic-Cons a few years in a row, and I was geeking out. Obviously,
yes.
It's like, oh my god, you made the Ninja Turtles.
I've done the same. It is well known that you got your start in animation while working on Ed, and Eddie.
I did.
Can you tell us a story of what it was like working on this iconic program?
It's kind of strange because it's kind of an involved story.
We get that.
Really boring. Oh god, look, I was so young and thin, and I had glasses then. Yeah, when I got the news about the show that was being produced in Vancouver, I was still living in Toronto, and I had heard about the show, but we had only gotten season 1 of it in Canada, for reasons I know, but I don't know if it's public knowledge, so I'm just going to keep my mouth shut about it. It's political and whatever. So I didn't really know too much about it, and this was kind of before the YouTube heyday. Like, you couldn't just go on YouTube and find, and you know, that's kind of scary that this was only 10 years ago. So I didn't really have any frame of reference. I had a few comic books I could find that had some art that Scott, one of the guys I worked with, did. And that's basically all I knew, and I went into it pretty much blind, but knowing that it was this huge show in the States, and it was crazy because I always wanted to learn how to draw really, really cartoony, like stupid cartoony, and it was a challenge because, you know, I was pretty good at, you know, the Disney more realistic style and everything's very constructed and structurally sound and whatever.
Right.
And then when you work on the Eds, you basically throw all that out the window.
Yeah.
So so it was a struggle for me the whole 5 years. Like, it was a good struggle. It was a good challenge, and I don't regret any of it. But it was a fun show to work on, and I'm glad that I was able to stick around because it's a tough place to work. It's you have to be you have to stick it out a lot. If not, you're out the door if you can't keep up with the pace. So I'm kind of glad that it was kind of like an animation boot camp, we call it, in a way. They kick your butt into shape and make you an amazing artist and go from there.
Yeah, like they say, you have 10,000 bad drawings in your arm. The faster you get them out, the better.
I think I have like 30,000. But I don't know. I miss those days, though. I feel sometimes it's going to sound strange, but I feel, and this has nothing to do with, you know, the quality of the stuff I'm working on now, but I feel like I've lost a little bit of that. And I feel like I was a better artist then, a little bit more, because we were always forced to push and push and push and push. But I try to keep it in mind. But, you know, your styles change over the years. And so.
Yep. The stuff I drew in the mid-'90s is nothing like what I draw today. So it's like...
Yeah, me too.
You look back to that, and it's like, I tried really, really hard to get into comic books. I tried really hard to get into comic books for a few years, and I got to
There's no money in it.
There's no money in it, yeah. Finally, I figured out there's no money in it. But, yeah, when you push for 3 or 4 years, and then, like, in 1995, you get 4 pages in an anthology comic, and you think you're the hot doo-doo. right? And then
Still pretty good.
then you go do something else, and then you come back to it, and you're drawing again. It's like, God, I was really good back in '95. What happened?
What happened? Yeah.
Like,
It's not that it's bad. It's just different. It's just a different style of
just
drawing,
different.
and I kind of miss the practice and having to do it every day. I think it's just I'm out of practice. I don't think I've lost it. I hope I haven't lost it, but we'll see.
No, you haven't lost it. Shh. Stop being so hard on yourself.
I know this is me we're talking about.
You have also worked on Kid vs. Cat, Pound Puppies, Martha Speaks, as we've said before. How hard is it? You're at DHX, and they do a lot of different shows, and I'm sure you're moving from show to show to show.
Yes.
How difficult is it to basically go from pony to then you got the different iconic old school look of Martha Speaks, then you've got the new funny bouncy Pound Puppies, and then you've got Kid vs. Cat, which is another style altogether. So basically, you've sort of melding your style between 4 different properties, much less what you're working on.
Yeah.
How hard is it as an artist to basically jump from that to that?
For me, and I don't want to sound conceited, but for me, it's not too hard. I always liked drawing different styles. Like if you look at my DeviantArt page, one drawing to the next. I like to try something new every time. I don't like to stick to one style, even though a lot of people, when they see my art, they know it's me. Like, and I don't see it because I can't see it. It's impossible to look at your own work, you know, like that. But I've got so many different styles because I like to vary it up that I find switching between shows isn't really that much of a big deal for me. Especially since a lot of them are cartoony, like Kid vs. Cat. I really like doing. I'm on Littlest Pet Shop at the moment, and they given me all the cute animal stuff because I guess that's what I like to draw, is cute things. That's what I'm told. So I actually enjoy it. But yeah, I don't find it too difficult. Martha was a little bit trickier because I hadn't drawn humans in a while.
Okay.
But you know, a week or two, you kind of practice them for a week or so before you start, and your first drawings are always going to look a bit weird. They always do. Even my pony boards from season 1, they had like no necks. Their eyes were big.
Oh yeah, I actually saw some of those on your DA. I didn't bring them in. I didn't get it. I should have brought them, but I didn't. Because they looked like they were all on acid. Weird.
Oh, those ones.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. I had to take all my pony stuff down for legal reasons. Contractual things. Yeah, it's silly, but you got to do what they say.
Yes.
But you know, like those, I know which ones you're talking about. Those ones those come out of a day of, I don't feel like drawing them on model anymore. I want to draw them weird. So I'll just draw them really weird and whacked out. And then people think I draw them like that all the time. But
it was sort of like if the ponies went on the eds.
They totally were, yeah.
Yeah. Those were funny. It is also known that you're a huge Disney fan, and that Cars, between Sibsy and Cars and Disney, you basically had a squee that could be heard around the world. Yes.
Oh, I know, right?
Yes. I mean, look at this over here on my shoulder. How many cars are in that one piece of paper?
I probably could have done 50 more.
Yes.
They're so fun for me. I don't know. I think it helps that I like cars, but I really like the movie, and I would get so much flack about liking that movie from everyone.
It was a fun movie. Love that movie.
I can't convince anyone otherwise. Everyone hated it. Everyone I know hates Cars except for me.
Well, it's like, I haven't seen Cars 2 yet, but I did see Planes, and everyone's given Planes a bunch of hell, and I actually liked it. So,
did you? I can't. You know, it's sad. I'm going to be super terrible and judgmental, but I can't bring myself to watch it. And I love Planes. Like when I was a kid, Tailspin. Like I made the Tailspin plane out of Lego, and I would fly it around my house like an idiot. I love Planes, and for some reason, I can't bring myself to watch Planes. I don't know why. Are you
thinking that it might kill your Cars love?
Maybe. I think I just want to stay away from it.
Because there's cars in it. And, you know. So.
I know. You know, no, I have to stay away from it.
Okay. I won't force it on you. I won't tie you down and make you watch it. There's no reason. But
I don't want to judge it. I don't want to say it's terrible
Okay.
because I haven't seen it,
Mm-hmm.
but it didn't have enough to hold my interest or to grab my interest to want to see it as much as Cars.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, of course, because Cars are the Cars thing. You know, because
Cars are Cars. Well, yeah, it's different. It's Cars.
all about the Cars thing. How did you get hooked up with Boom Comics in the first place? Because now you're doing Disney covers, and you actually did a whole comic book, did you not?
Yeah, I did the Darkwing annual a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I got hooked up with Boom. Okay, this is such a weird story. A long time ago, it's probably still on my blog. I drew a picture of Darkwing and Steelbeak.
Okay.
And Aaron Sparrow, he was an editor at Boom at the time, contacted me through, I believe it was DeviantArt, and he was letting me know that they were trying to start up, the Darkwing franchise again through Boom.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that one image was basically the inspiration for him to go, or something like that. I could be remembering wrong, and he's going to kill me when he hears this. Just basically to get it off, like to get him to say, hey, yeah, we can do this. This is great. I want to see these two in a comic together again, or in any kind of fashion, artistically. And he had found the main artist, James Silvani, and he's amazing. He was the one who did the main series throughout the whole thing. And that's how I met him and Amy Meverson, who is doing some pony stuff as well right now. We worked on a lot of Disney stuff together. So I've known them for a bunch of years, and I think the first time I met them was at a con, San Diego or Emerald City, one of those. And we hang out every con, we see each other, and we become good friends over the years, and we've just stayed in contact with each other. And so that's how I got involved, pretty much. They just said, hey, do you want to do a couple covers? Because I didn't have time to do interior work.
Right.
Because they had asked me to do Rescue Rangers and DuckTales. Mm-hmm. But at the time I was on Pony. I believe I was on Pony. And I just didn't have the time. So I would just do, a cover here and there once or twice a month. And that was enough for me just to kind of, get out what I want to get out.
Right.
And it's nice to say, hey, look, I get to draw Darkwing.
Yes.
And then the annual came around, and they offered it to me because James was still working on the main series, so he couldn't do both.
Right.
So they got me to do the main story, and he did the little backup story. And I actually took a month off a pony board for that. It was the Lesson 0 board. I had started it. Mm-hmm. I think I did like the first 2 or 3 minutes of that board, and then I passed it along. It got passed along to Raven. She finished it and made it the masterpiece that it is.
The craziness.
And while I was doing Darkwing for a month, and I had to pump that comic out, I think, in like 3.5 weeks. Something stupid. Like it was stupid, but I was like, I don't care. I need to do this because
get it out of the system. I get to do a Darkwing comic. Yay!
It's huge for me, and to be able to hold, I like comics because it's a tangible thing. I can hold it in my hand and say, I did this.
Yeah.
Whereas animation, it's more of a collaborative, artistic thing. And when I try to explain to people what I do in animation, like my family that have no idea what storyboarding is, I'm like, I do the pictures that you kind of see, but you don't see, and it's impossible. Whereas I can give my parent my comic and say, I drew this. See this drawing right here? This is what I did, and they can understand.
Yeah, it's like I went home. I was living in Tulsa at the time that I did that comic in '95, and I went home for the holidays and had brunch with my Uncle Joe and Aunt Cheryl and all this stuff. And my Uncle Joe brought out the comic that I did, right, and said, "Here, Dusty, sign this for me." It's like, I only did 4 pages in this. I said, no, but you did it.
But you did it, yeah.
But you did it. You're my nephew, and I want you to sign this.
Aww.
I was like, I had no idea he even knew about it. I was like,
aww.
Yeah, it was like, that was a tearjerker.
But it's cool though, because I'm the same way. When I go home, my parents they try and get the comics and stuff that I do, and they always get me to sign it for like my relatives from Italy will be there, and they're like, sign a whole bunch so we can send them home and whatever.
Yeah, when I got that bike on the cover of Easy Riders this year.
Oh, nice.
My parents were all like, oh, yeah. Even though it was a collaborative
Oh, yeah.
effort, it was me and two other guys, plus a whole shop of people.
Hey,
But
yeah.
still, I helped build that. And it was like
Yeah, for sure.
tangible things.
It's a tangible thing, yeah.
The let's see. How now you did those, right? So
Yes.
did that translate into getting the cover gigs for IDW? I mean, here's your Rainbow Dash, which I love. So how did
you're using the old infamous one, aren't you?
the infamous cover? Yes.
You need an updated version of that. No, how did I get?
How did that go?
I think it was. You know what it was?
What?
You know what it was? It was
What?
through Amy, because Amy was working with IDW through the pony stuff, and she was talking to the editor, Bobby, and she's like, "I don't understand how they can't have you doing stuff. We need to change this and whatever." And she got me in contact with him, and that's pretty much it. And now it's just, whenever they've got an extra one or two they want to pass along, they just shoot me. He shoots me off an email. Like I said, I'm actually working on one right now.
Yes, which we can't talk
for
about.
An upcoming issue. I'm not sure when. It's probably going to be for another 6 months. You won't see it, but yeah, I enjoy them.
Yeah,
Cool.
I enjoy doing that too. I love seeing what you come up with for a cover. Okay, so we'll go to season 4 premiere because now it's out. We can talk about it, right? It's out. We can talk about it.
I guess so. I guess so.
It's guess so. It's sort of like when Twicane, right? Out of all the jokes, you guys threw in, it's like the Twicane came up and just Twicane.
Twicane. Oh my God, let me see that.
Why are you Twicane? Why are you?
That's amazing.
Yes. So, no, you can't say hi to Mom. We're live. No, you can't say hi to Mom. No.
You know what's funny, Dusty? I was joking to a few of my friends. I said, I don't expect anything ever from this fandom, and I've gotten so much stuff for 3 years, but gosh darn it, if I do not get a Twicane at some point in the next 2 years, I'm going to be disappointed.
What are you talking about? This is yours.
Yes.
I made this for you.
I need one.
See? This is Twily's Pimp Cane, and you must have it.
So funny.
Yes.
I'm going to bring it to every con I go to.
Yes, so if you come to BabsCon, this is yours.
Yeah.
So,
all right, sounds good.
Yes. I had so much fun making that. It was like we were out doing, me and Amy were out doing something, and I just said, you know what? I just got to make it. It's going to be so easy. So I just run down and got myself a pop Twilight and tore it apart.
How fast
So
these
fun.
things happen. Because I didn't even know. It was Saturday. I got up early. Me and Andy watched the premiere.
Yeah.
And by about 3 o'clock that afternoon, I was getting all these messages like, "What have you done? What are you?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I was out shopping or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, life goes on.
Yep.
And I'm like, "What are you people talking about?" And then I started getting links
Yeah.
and more links and the
more
Facebook
links.
page, and I'm like, "Okay,
And-
you guys
and
are
the Twitter.
crazy. I like it. But
Yes.
it's crazy."
Twiceptor has its own Twitter now.
It does. I think
Yes.
I'm following it.
Yes, it does have its own Twitter. Now, was there anything in the premiere that you guys put in that we didn't get?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
A lot of my stuff was cut for time in the second half.
No.
I was a little bit sad because I had forgotten how much was cut out until I went back that Saturday and looked through my old storyboards and went, "Oh yeah, well this was in here and it's not here anymore."
Sad.
It's because the second half of premieres are always crazy.
Crunching all the rest. Yeah, get it over. It did feel like it was rushed.
Well, it's because sometimes there's just too much in the script and there's not enough time for 22 minutes. And it sucks because, you spend all that time drawing and then it just gets cut. That and, other reasons like, development. But,
so what is one of the things that got cut you can actually tell us?
I don't know. Yeah, half a mind to just open it up and look. Nothing crazy. Just like the alligator scene was longer. Like there was more. It was a little bit more intense, per se. I know that there was stuff at the beginning cut out. For some reason, my computer is taking its sweet time. Nothing obviously crucial to the story.
Mm-hmm.
Some traveling, some gags. I had a gag with I'm looking at it now. Hold on. When the girls are walking through the Everfree Forest, and I had Fluttershy stuck to Rainbow Dash's back because she was scared, and she was kind of hiding. She was literally stuck to her back because Twilight's like, we have to stick together. If we don't stick together, we'll get lost. And then we reveal that Fluttershy is stuck to Rainbow Dash, and then Twilight comes in and is like, oh, maybe not, you don't have to be that close, and Rainbow Dash just drops her. I have her just sit down, and Fluttershy just slides off her back. Like, just little things like that don't, again, they don't really add anything to the story. It's just a gag.
Just a gag.
Those are always the first things to go. Yeah.
Let's see. Next. Hey, did I click the right one? That one. Okay. Wildfire is one of the coolest OC ponies out there in the fandom anywhere. I mean, basically awesome. She is. And don't you say no, because she is.
I totally just stole her cutie mark from one of the roller derby ponies from season 1.
Of course, but that's okay. I actually caught that. I was like, wait a minute. So Wildfire's a roller derby girl.
Yeah, I'm using it. I figured, hey, because people give me so much flack about the cutie mark, like, how there's no tires in Equestrian, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, because I totally just lifted it from the show, because I'm lazy.
But we know that she loves cars, and she loves duckies, and there's that lovable grump in the eyes of the fandom. Is there more to her than that? Is there something in your psyche that she's about that we don't know?
I don't know. To be honest, I never really thought about her. It was I was like, everyone else is drawing one, I'll draw one too.
Oh, okay.
And that's pretty much it. And I just made her always with a pissed off face because all the ponies are always happy all the time, and I just wanted it to be a little bit more contrast.
A little bit more contrast.
But honestly, no, I people ask me her backstory, and I'm like, I don't have one. You guys can make one up, because I'm not really that attached in that sense. A lot of people ask me, "Is that you? Is that a representation of you?" And it is, and it isn't. I'm not really that pissed off all the time, although my friends would probably beg to differ. I like to yell a lot, but I think that's just the Italian in me.
Yeah, could be.
But no, she's kind of a blank slate still in my head. I've had a few ideas, but nothing I've sold myself on that I want to put out there and say, this is what she is, and
sort of let the fandom give her a backstory.
Yeah, I don't care. She's theirs just as much as any other pony is. Really.
There you go.
I'm not really that attached. I'm sorry if that hurts people's feelings.
That's okay.
I'm indifferent.
That's all right. Let's see. I am looking for something that I had. I think I might have not put it up. There she is. Vinyl Scratch.
Yes, pony.
You have said to everybody that Vinyl Scratch is your favorite pony. And she was your gag, I do believe, correct?
No, she wasn't.
She
wasn't.
Whose gag was that?
She was Mike West's.
Mike West, okay.
Yes, he's a fine gentleman we work with.
He,
what happened was at the end of that episode, they, in the script, I guess it just called for this quick scene of a DJ pony. That's why she was only in it for 30 seconds. But it wasn't designed. And so it turned into what we call a board pull, where the storyboard artist will come up with the design, like in this case, the Twilight cane. That wasn't a prop because it wasn't written into the script.
Okay.
So I just came up, that was my gag. I just came up with, if Discord's going to make her a king or a queen, she's got to have a scepter, right? And it was just to fill in the joke.
Yeah.
But no, Vinyl Scratch was drawn by Mike, probably as a tiny little panel, and they took his drawing and they made, the designers made who we now know and love, DJ Pony.
DJ Pony. Can you believe, as an animator, I know, well, we've got Twilight Cane, something that you made that's gone, but that
I didn't make that.
Pony,
you guys made that.
This pony, right, that had no more than 5 seconds of airplay in season 1, actually got all the way to having her own San Diego Comic-Con toy. I mean, how
It's
crazy.
crazy.
How crazy is that?
It's crazy. I have a giant poster of her hanging up at work on my wall. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me, but I kind of like it. I'm okay with it.
You okay with it?
I'm totally okay with
Totally
it.
okay with it.
Because I didn't care for her at first. It was maybe, I don't know, after season 1. I'm like, I think I've just decided I like her, and that was it.
And you have a pretty good collection of your own going.
Oh, I've got a lot more
collections.
than that now.
Yeah.
Wow, I should update that photo.
Should update that photo so we know what you've got.
I've got a lot.
So yeah, what's that one thing? The one or two things that you want but can't get in Canada? I know it's prohibitively expensive to ship things into Canada. Yeah,
merchandise.
Like a merchandise thing. You know, something that you really wanted that you just couldn't lay your hooves on.
I don't know. I don't know what's out there. I've got. I don't know if I can answer that. I'd have to see a bunch of stuff and like toys or.
Well, anything. Was it a toy or a Hot Topic thing or say the vinyl scratch backpack or you know something that you just missed out on that you couldn't get at the time?
I don't think I missed out on anything. I don't think. Not that I can think of off the top of my head. When the show's done, I'll think of something and I'll regret it. But
yes.
no, I think I've got pretty much. I've got so many friends that they always tell me if I need something to let them know, and they can ship it to me. But I know Hot Topic has a lot of stuff that I always want, but because we don't have Hot Topic in Canada, well, at least in BC. Yeah. But I typically find what I need. I don't know. I have so many pony toys. I don't need any more.
Oh, don't we all?
Yes. I've had to cut back.
Yeah, me too. You have actually gone out and done some rally racing. Check that out.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about how that went. Was it more exciting, less exciting, harder, easier? Tell us a bit about that experience.
Okay, well, that's something I've been wanting to do forever. Like, I don't really have a bucket list, but that was the one thing on my bucket list, I guess. I was just lucky because the place is in Washington, so it wasn't too far to get to. And I was able to afford it on a deal, luckily, because it's really expensive. It's not a cheap hobby.
No.
And it's nice because you can take out their cars and wreck them, and it's totally fine. I did not wreck.
Good.
I don't want to say spun out. I saved it, but I fishtailed only once. But I held it together. It was pretty awesome. It was cool because when we got there, the whole time I was like, oh my God, I finally get to do it. At the time I was with my ex, and we were both really into motorsports and whatever, and rally racing that I've loved since I was a kid. So for me, when we got there, I was like, oh, this is going to be the greatest day ever. And then we went outside and we were watching the group before us, and then I started getting nervous. I'm like, oh God, what if I can't do this? What if I can't, throw the car in a ditch or something? And the instructors there were amazing. This was at a place called Dirt Fish. I got a really cool instructor, made everything super comfortable, and you take out a total rallied up STI. It's stripped, it's, roll cages, everything, everything is done. And they start you off they kind of get you used to feeling what it's like to slide on gravel and dirt, because it's an experience unlike anything else if you haven't done it. And, get used to the sound and where to brake and how to throw the weight around to each corner of the car, because that's pretty much what you want to do in rally racing. It's not about going the fastest necessarily. It's about, cutting your corners and sliding and, when to get off the gas, when to get on the gas. And in that picture there, I was going sideways. I was coming around a bend, and I don't know. I want to go back so badly, but it's a bloody fortune.
Yes.
So I'm kind of just being appreciative of the day that I did have there, and um, yeah, like I'll never forget it, definitely.
Yes, any motorsport is prohibitively expensive. Trust me, motocross isn't
Yeah.
any cheaper. Take two wheels away, it's still not
Mm-mm.
much cheaper. But anyway,
And
we
it was
are
fun.
yeah, we are at commercial time. So we're gonna go to commercial,
Okay, no.
and when we come back, we are gonna talk about conventions, and then we're gonna talk about charity, and then when we get done with charity, all you people out there who are sitting in the chat room waiting for Screwball will be able to ask this beautiful woman all that
Yeah.
you want to ask, except for anything about season 4. So get your questions ready, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Hang tight.
Since the beginning of time, the elite of Equestria have longed for pony fashions that truly express the essence of their very souls. Patiently waiting decades, no, centuries, for the perfect pony gown. Today, at long last, Equestria, your wait is over. Let's hear it for the breathtaking designs of Ponyville's own Rarity!
Certainement, Spike. All your ponies, be sure to visit the shop in Ponyville. For the rest of us, be sure to pick up the t-shirts, the bags, and even the posters from willowfind.com. That's right, willowfind.com for all your pony needs. And remember, Carousel Boutique, where every fashion says chic, unique, and magnifique. Mwah.
Hey, we're back. And all you ponies in Ponyville, it's winter time now, which means the fashion season has turned over. You need to go down to Rarity's Boutique. She has a new fall and winter line you cannot miss. It is awesome because Spike gave me a little bit of peek at that new fashion line. It is cool. You need to go down there and pick something up from Rarity because you know what? Prices, Heartswarming Eve coming up. You got presents. Rarity's got it all right there on the shelf ready for you. But all you humans, if you need Heartswarming Eve presents, you go to WeLoveFine.com because they got everything you need from t-shirts to all that other kind of stuff. And you can actually get our t-shirt, our new t-shirt on Redbubble. We'll give you that link just a little bit later in the program. And we are back with Sibsy.
We are back.
We are back. We are back. And we're going to go
What a
through the only convention I know of right now that has been announced. Well, some of them are announced for next year, but they aren't quite as far into it as BabsCon. BabsCon is like blowing up, huge. Let me get their logo up there because they deserve it. BabsCon is going to be April 18th through 20th next year. That's Easter weekend right here in the Bay Area. They have already got signed, ready to be here. Andrea Libman, GM Barrow, M.A. Larson, Amy Keating-Rogers, Megan McCarthy, and Brian and Brianna Drummond are all signed and gonna be here. So, and Brian and Brianna don't go anywhere. They haven't been to any cons yet. So you've got to come here. You're gonna see me. You're gonna see everybody is coming down. Music. Your Beat Brony, Fanning, Tarby, Michael A. Hopefully we'll yank Mike over from Sacramento. Get his butt over there too. So we're gonna have lots of fun. And you can actually go to a Tumblr, Golden Gates. Ask Golden Gates is the Tumblr for their mascot. So you can ask them anything about what's going on their Tumblr.
I think Jason's going to that too.
Is Jason going? Is Jason going?
I believe so. You can kill me if I'm wrong.
I
but
don't know yet.
so.
It hasn't been announced.
I don't know.
Shh.
Maybe. I don't know. There's
Don't
talk
know.
of it. There's talk of me going too. I'm not
Ooh.
sure yet though.
Talk more. Talk more about that. You want?
Well, it's basically on if my schedule allows. I
If
would
your
like to
schedule
go.
allows. It's always a schedule.
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's pretty much the schedule. It's not that I don't want to go. It's
Pretty
I
much
have to
the
work and
schedule.
feed myself.
Yes. Also, as was announced today, BronyCon vendor applications have opened up, and panel submissions for Everfree Northwest have also opened up. So check their sites, and you'll be able to check out what's going on there. Vendor applications at BronyCon and panel submissions for Everfree Northwest next year have been opened. So double check on those sites for information. So we go to charity. Go to charity work. Now, last let's get rid of that page. Last time we had Bronyville here. We had Chef Sandy and Apple Cider were here. And we did St. Jude's Children's Hospital. We almost made $10,000 at the charity auction when I was there that I did the auctioneering for. So we went back to St. Jude's Children's Hospital to see if we can push that over 10K. We ended up with 790 bits on a 500-bit goal. So that is awesome. Thank you very much, everybody. That puts us at the year 22,800 bits year long, year wide. So give yourself an old pat on the back.
That's great.
Absolutely. So we did that, and let's see. So the giveaways for that was this little Luna art piece, which was given to me by a Brony military guy at Nightmare Nights. So you get that.
Nice.
Yes. This Twilight Sparkle pop figure, which happens to be kind of over here. Yeah, same one,
Very
but
cute.
not gold. if you want to, I'll throw in the body from that one. So if you want that, I'll throw that in. This IDW #1 Powerpuff Girls comic book, still sealed from Hot Topic, and because we broke 500 bits, this Twilight Sparkle card from Everplay. Also, I have to get the second one because Apple Cider said he'd kick his in too, and we did. So I need to get his, and you'll get 2 of these. So that is up for grabs from the names in this hat. Right here, this hat. I'm going to shake up the names in this hat.
That's a good hat.
Isn't it a good hat? So, here's the name. All right, oh. Ironheart. Ironheart, you are the lucky winner this week. So, set that stuff aside for you. So I don't get all mixed up with anybody else. So, we now need to put on our hat. There we go. Perfect. Next, we take a drink. Sibs, now
Yes.
it's your turn. Charity is here. Oh, make sure. Okay. Yeah. Charity is here for you. Tell us a
Yes.
bit about your charity.
I chose the BC Lion Society. It's for kids with disabilities. They offer camps and places to stay for parents who have kids with, a lot of disabilities. It can be really expensive to go to hospitals and get your treatment done.
Absolutely.
And sometimes they have to be away from their home for months at a time while their kids are going through treatment in and out of these hospitals. And the BC Lion Society offers camps as well for kids with disabilities that can be together, and rooms to stay at a low cost, so a family can stay in the Vancouver area while they're dealing with all the hospital and treatment that their children might be going through. And I thought that was, I never really think about having to go somewhere else for treatment. You think about, you can go somewhere in town, but sometimes you have to travel further away, and to have a place to stay, a roof over your head and a kitchen and proper bedrooms. And I thought that was really important if you're there for months and months at a time.
Absolutely.
To have
Very
some
important.
sort of sanity, And so that's the charity I chose.
Absolutely, very important. They're also the people that are behind Easter Seals in Canada. Am I
Yes,
correct?
they are.
Yes, Easter
Yes,
Seals
they
in
are.
Canada.
Yep.
So, yes, very good people, always for the foals. So, we are going to do something well for them. So, if you go to, after the show, manlysbrony.com, there will be a clickable link that will take you to the site to give your bits. So, if you give 5 bits or more, you're going to be eligible for this giveaway right here. We're going to start off with something. We're going to go back in time. Remember when these came out? Toys R Us exclusive right here. This was some of the first blind bag sets that was out. Okay, so we got another one of these. I found one of these, so I picked it up, and that's going to be available. Second piece. Vinyl Scratch pop figure, which is Sibsy's favorite pony. So
I don't have one of those yet.
You don't have one of these yet?
I do not. No.
I might have to pick you one up. But there you go. But this is going to be available for you. Okay, so that's the initial
people helping out.
Yes,
who
initial for
deserve it.
people helping out. Now, if we crack 500 bits, Sibs has told me she's going to give up something. Aren't you?
I'm going to give out. I guess I could give out a set. I've signed comics with my covers, with maybe a little doodle on the side.
Ooh.
I was thinking maybe the main 6, just because it's kind of a nice set that
There
all
you
goes
go.
together. They're all matchy match.
Matching set of
Matchy
the
match.
main 6 comic books from IDW with Sibsy covers and a doodle. Not Yankee Doodle, a doodle from Sibs.
A doodle.
So,
Or a cranky doodle.
or a cranky doodle. Maybe a doodle of cranky doodle.
Maybe.
So, if we crack 500 bits, tell your friends that that's going to be up for giveaway. Thank you very much, Sibs, for that generous offer.
No worries.
Of that, absolutely. So we are going to have that. So again, after the show, go to manlysbrony.com, click on the link. Someone's already given $75. I mean, before the show even
Excellent.
started. You're awesome. So get over there, give us a couple of bucks, and you are going to be eligible for that stuff over there. Just like Ironheart won that stuff. So, and now we are to, hey, Sibs? Sibs, you need to help me here.
Yes.
You need to help me. Because I've lost Screwball again. Get you a call for Screwball.
What?
Yes, I lost him again. Screwy.
He's buried in
Yes,
snow.
he's buried in snow. Call for Screwy. Screwy.
Yeah, I'm buried
There
in
he is.
snow. Help me.
I want to pull you out of the snow, boy.
You're gonna need a freaking snowplow for that.
I'm telling you. What was it?
Okay.
Minus 45 Celsius today?
Not today. Today's actually a pretty nice day.
Okay.
Well, besides the blizzards, but overall the temperature.
only
is-
minus-
Besides the
36.
blizzards, it was a pretty nice day.
Okay, temperature-wise is pretty nice, but other than the
Prairie
winds
people,
taking
my
you.
goodness.
By the way, Dusty,
Yes.
that thing on your head looks like a freaking head crab.
Head crab. It's not. It's a turkey. See that?
It's a head crab
It's a turkey.
zombie.
It's
You're
not a head crab zombie.
Dusty.
It's a turkey.
You're a zombie. Oh goodness, that's all I see now. I'm
Turkey.
sorry, Dusty.
Turkey. See?
You've ruined it.
God, you ruined the joke. Thanks,
I ruined
Screwy.
it for you.
Love you, Screwy. God, there
Love
goes
you
that
too.
joke. Okay. I bet there's a wonderful long list of questions for
Oh
this
my
gorgeous
God,
woman.
yes. Yeah, it's
dear.
intense.
Yes.
I'll just get right on into it. Okay, get ready, Sibsy. So this one is from Jamie the Elfwell. I love that last
I will
name.
do my best.
The question is, just what inspires you? What is it that inspires your drawing style?
Everything I've ever worked on,
Yeah, there you
pretty
go.
much. Yeah, I find, when I'm working on the eds, or when I was working on the eds, a lot of my drawings look really weird. When I draw on Brony, everyone says all your characters have big eyes. I find I just kind of take influence from what I'm working on at the time, because you're kind of picking up different styles in every show you're working on, and then they just kind of turn into amalgamation of all of the things that I've worked on.
All the things.
So I'd say, yeah, all the things. So that's what I'd have to say to that. I hope that makes sense.
That makes sense.
It's true. It's true. That's the answer.
So this one's from Good King. How do you say this? When kiss vas.
Das ist was?
Wenceslas?
Hey, das
I
was?
have-
What?
What?
I got it. I got it.
She got it. I don't know about you, Dusty, but
I didn't get anything.
So this one is have there been moments while storyboarding where you think that's going to be a meme, and if that does happen, are you tempted to remove it?
Never, clearly by this Twilight Kane business.
Why, Kane?
I don't think when I'm in the mindset of storyboarding, the last thing from my mind is the internet and the internet memes or
Yes, the
it's
last
just,
thing.
Yeah, it is. I'm thinking about the work. I'm thinking about the story and trying to make things funny. And if you guys want to laugh at them later for another 6 months, that's all good.
That's the
great-
best. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's funny though, because I actually went back and looked at my storyboard image of the Twilight cane, like to compare it to what the final design looks like. And mine's smile is even bigger than the one that is in the final. It's pretty much all teeth in mine. But no, I don't think about stuff like that. I put in little jokes for me. Like there is an episode in season 4 that will be coming up eventually where it's one big inside joke, and once the episode airs, I'm sure I can talk about it.
Yes.
And I'm sure I'll be questioned about it. But other than that, no, it's not on my mind. I'm too focused on the actual project itself at the time.
You're gonna hate me, Sibsy. This one is from Twilight's Cane. And from on a scale of 1 to invade Russia midwinter, how much do you regret the Twilight Cane?
I don't regret it. It's hilarious. I'm glad people liked it and found humor in it. The only thing behind that whole gag was just to have a super smiley face on the cane while Twilight had a really pissed off face. I just wanted that contrast. That was the only thing I thought about when I was drawing it.
It made me laugh. Made me laugh out loud.
She didn't want me, you know.
Okay. The best part about that meme was when people started taking the cane and putting it into actual movies and that sort of thing. Like, I don't know,
The Shining?
They put the Shining.
The Shining was an amazing one. No,
That's probably one of my favorites.
One that really, really made me lose it was when you see it head first into a concrete floor, and then Neo from the Matrix pulls it out and then starts beating up Smiths with it. I lost my mind. I laughed so hard on that part. Okay. I'll bring on the next one. No more Twilight Cane questions.
For the next 5 minutes.
For the next 5 minutes.
You have not the slightest idea how many of these I've gone. So this one's from Dark Amethyst. Question for Sibsy: What has inspired you to start to do art?
I don't know. I think I just had it from when I was a kid. Like just watching cartoons. I've been doing it since I was a kid. I don't even. There wasn't a day where I think I just decided I was just that kid that was better at drawing than other people growing up. Even though looking back at, I've got some artwork from like kindergarten. I was going through it the last time I was at home visiting my parents and going and comparing my stuff to other people's stuff because we had booklets full of, you know, everyone's. And I'm like, how is this any better than this guy's? Because they all look really terrible. But for some reason, I was the artist, I guess. Other people saw it. I didn't see it. There wasn't a moment. It was just what I've always done. And, you know, if you can do it, keep doing it, I guess.
If you really dig it, do it twice.
Yeah, just try and get paid for it.
Yeah, try and get paid for it.
That's always key.
Yeah, if I get paid for doing this, I'd be happy. But I'm not.
We're doing this all as a hobby. And
we are. It's a hobby thing.
But it's fun.
It's always fun.
Exactly.
Yes. Next.
Good. But for you, Sibsy, it's sort of like a hobby and a job. You're getting paid to have fun.
See that? It kind of. I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of don't like that. I need these or something because when your hobby becomes your job, you lose a little bit of something.
You lose something.
You know? And
I can tell you that.
I don't know what it is. Yeah.
I've been in the motorcycle industry for 20 years, and I miss just being able to jump on my bike and ride on the weekends because I'm working Saturday. Or I don't get to ride my dirt bike with my dirt bike club because I'm working Saturday.
Because you're working.
There's a race that I can't go to or something like that. So it you lose a bit of the joy in what you do because you're working it.
That and you know, you're doing what you love, and this is going to be my excuse for not having a hobby, even though it's like the worst excuse in the world. I don't have time for hobbies right now because I'm always working. So, yeah, that's a BS excuse, but I'm going to stick with it for now.
Yeah. Next.
This one's from Bot117. Question for Sibsy. Will you upload more videos of Radar?
Oh, man, people actually watch those things?
Yes.
I know, I have a YouTube page, basically, so I can just watch other people's YouTubes and comment when I want. And then one day I was like, oh, I think I know how to work my phone. Maybe I'll put a YouTube video of Radar up. And I probably will. I should take more. He's a nut.
Radar is your dog, by the way, right?
Yes, Radar
He
is
is
the,
my basset hound.
the basset
Just
hound we
make-
saw in the intro. Yes.
Yep.
The good old basset hound. Yeah, he's something else. Yeah, I'll probably put more up. Now that I know that people actually want to see it, maybe I will.
You should. It's adorable. So this one's from Trailblaze. Just a joke question. Have any of you watched any good cartoons lately? Aside from My Little Pony, I'm just gonna put that on
okay.
revive.
Okay. You know what? I actually went back and watched the entire first season of Justice League Unlimited because it's on Netflix,
Oh.
and it was really tightly written, and it was animated pretty good for its day, and the voice acting was pretty damn solid. So I just went back and said, you know
Nice.
what? I want to go see if this was as good as everyone says it was, and it was. So I sat down and I watched the whole
Held
thing.
up.
It held up. So, yeah.
I haven't really watched any new cartoons lately. I hate to say it. You know, I really like the new Turtles cartoon a lot. Like, way too much. And I like Gravity Falls
Yes.
and Regular Show.
Oh,
That's kind of, those are...
Have you seen
I'm
the
listening.
mini episodes of Gravity Falls?
No.
You got to check them
You need
out.
to
I'll link you it after the
send
show.
them to
but
me.
They are freaking amazing. I never laughed so hard.
Although Wander Over
I'm
Yonder
so out of
is
the loop.
Wander Over Yonder is
Wander's-
still kicking ass. Excuse my French.
Yeah, Wander's
Bison
pretty good.
Wander's
I've seen
really
a few
good.
of them. I really like how cartoony it is. It reminds me of working on the ads and stuff. I was supposed to work on season 1 of that. I was offered, but I had literally just signed my contract with Pony a week before Lauren bugged me about it, and I was
Uh-huh.
like, no.
Oh.
Because as much as I love Pony, I would have loved to have tried something new.
Oh yeah.
But there's more. I'm sure there'll be more seasons. So we'll
Oh
see
yeah.
how
That show's gonna go for a while because it is a freaking scream.
It's
in fact,
it's adorable.
we walked through the Disney store and asked them, "Where's the Wander Over Yonder stuff?" It's like, where is it? Where's it? Where's it?
I never even thought of the merchandise.
Where's
Oh,
my
yeah.
Sylvia doll? I want my Sylvia doll because yes,
She's
come on.
great.
she's
You
great.
know what's a really good one? And I always say this. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen this. Bravest Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen
I
it.
love. Oh, no, Sibsy, come on! You have to see it. It's a YouTube only TV series.
Yes,
but it
yes.
is absolutely amazing. It is so hilarious. I love the comedy. It's fresh. It's hilarious. Oh, I love it.
It's not. Is it like Adventure Time? Because I don't like
It's the same
Adventure.
creators of Adventure Time, but it's completely different than what you think
Okay.
of Adventure Time being.
Okay.
In a way, from what I've seen of
And-
Adventure Time. But I haven't seen all of Adventure Time, so I'm probably wrong. I'm sure people know more than I do, but I watched a lot of Bravest Warriors, and I love it. Goodness. I'll bring on the next question. So this one's from Oh, wait. Hurry, ask one. This one's from Gavin Jab. Question for Sibsy. What was the hardest show to storyboard for?
Ed, Ed, and Eddie, hands down.
Oh, goodness.
Hands down. Yeah. Because we had to do everything on the Eds. It wasn't just storyboarding. We had to basically. I don't know if you've heard other interviews with me before, but I've talked about how in the Eds we had to take care of key posing, layout, partial writing, and storyboarding, thumbnailing. But basically, if we did a terrible panel or did a terrible drawing, if the background was wonky or if the background's perspective was off, it would translate to the final show because when the storyboards were shipped off to overseas, they would basically just take our black and white panels and blow them up, like on a photocopier, make them bigger, and trace our stuff and use those as key animation drawings. So yeah, it was a lot of work, but like I was saying to Dusty earlier, it was animation boot camp because you had to take care of everything. You were responsible for way more things than what you would on, you know, most other shows. So yeah, definitely it's
Next.
Oh, this one's also from Gavin Japp. I'll bring this one up. Question for all: best Disney cartoon to air in the 90s.
Oh, Rescue Rangers.
I'm going
Oh,
Tailspin.
Rescue Rangers! Oh my god, that's so good.
Rescue Rangers. Straight
Yeah,
shot.
Tailspin for sure because I love the planes.
Oh, I've
always been. I'm a long time Chip and Dale fan. I mean, from back.
I mean, I like all of them.
From back
It's
in the
hard.
40s and the 50s when they were doing, you know, Donald Duck
with
versus
Donald
Chip and Dale,
Duck,
everything.
yeah.
So,
Oh god, I love those.
so it was always Chip and Dale for me.
I like Tailspin because it had this cool mix of like the backgrounds, just the whole style of the show was like this
Oh,
weird
yeah.
like 1930s,
Mhm.
but still new. Like it was a weird hybrid. It was so well thought out.
The
I
weird
loved
thing about that show is it melded sort of like Disney's Jungle Book with
Mhm.
Casablanca.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. You're
So
totally
basically,
right.
you had that whole era of the 1930s Casablanca, or this could be a port that was in Indiana Jones kind of thing. So it sort of melded that whole thing.
And Don Carnage. Come on.
And Don Carnage.
Like,
It's his eye, Don Carnage.
Well, okay, no, I'm trying to recollect on Tailspin, but that's what Chip and Dale you said, right?
No, Chip and Dale was Rescue Rangers.
I mean, oh god, right. And they weren't they? Wasn't that this? Yes. Oh, god, I'm mixing
You had
everything
Ratchet.
up like hell.
You had
Yeah. No, there was Rescue Rangers. Weren't they dressed as Magnum and Indiana Jones?
yeah,
Yeah.
Magnum and
Yeah.
Indiana Jones.
It's just all coming back to me because I haven't seen that in so long.
that needs to be changed.
Yes.
You need to watch them again.
Then Magnum PI. It's like, watch that every week.
Yeah.
Love that show.
God, I used to watch Chips every week.
So,
Never
so
mind.
did I.
So
When I was a little
old,
kid,
that's
sitting in front
so
of the TV, I wanted to be a California Highway Patrol motorcycle officer. That's what I wanted to be. And
Dusty,
I got myself to
Dusty.
California. I just didn't get in the CHP.
Dusty,
What?
I had a Chips big wheel. if
Did
that
you?
says
You have that thing?
I had a
Crazy.
Chips big wheel. And it was amazing because in the wheel, because you know how the wheel's just made out of terrible plastic,
Yeah,
like hard
yeah,
plastic?
yeah.
In the wheel, in the Chips one only, they added like a bit of sand and rocks. So when you drove, it would make the sound of you like driving on gravel. It was amazing. I actually had Chips big wheel, yeah.
That's cool.
Because I'm like 40.
That's cool. Well, I'm 45. I had the Evil Knievel, wind up toys.
I'm just glad you know what Chips is, because I'm just over 30
Heck
and I
yeah.
feel like I'm 70 sometimes.
Ponch and John, the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next.
So this one's from Flutterclip for Sibs. If you could work on any
Aw.
animated show, past or present, which would you work? Which would you love to work on?
Oh, as much as I love the Disney Afternoon, I would have loved to have worked on Tiny Toons or Animaniacs because, my God, they got away with
They
everything.
got away with murder.
Like, I can't believe the stuff they got away with. Holy smoke. Like, just, like, Saddam insane? Like, that would never happen now.
Yeah, like, you couldn't do that. Wheel of Morality.
No,
turn. Tell us a
Wheel of
lesson that we
Morality.
should learn.
Just the sarcasm and the
Oh,
dry
yeah.
undertones of those shows. Oh my goodness! Like
Slappy.
I can't.
How did
Slappy
Slappy Squirrel get passed by anything?
I don't know, but thank God she did because she's my favorite.
She got.
Yeah, probably one of those television shows.
Yeah.
Goodness. I should go back and watch those too.
So much freedom.
So
so
much.
much freedom in
So
shows.
much freedom. Oh my goodness. Where is it? Oh, here we go. So this one's from, and I can't stand trying to say her name, so I'm just gonna call her Tokusatsu Kurga. So this one, the question is, did any of you have problems on Black Friday?
Yeah, I had to go to work.
Yeah, I work retail. So.
Yeah, I work retail, so yeah, I was at work.
I'm gonna have a big fat no because I don't work retail anymore. Thank God. I'm sorry. And we don't really have Black Friday here. Like they kind of do. They just started this year trying to do a Black Friday thing in Canada. Screwy, I don't know how it is in Alberta, but in BC, they've kind of been doing like over the weekend Black Friday deals.
We did do an over the weekend Black Friday. I'm in Future Shop, so we
oh
had.
My goodness.
We're actually #1 in Canada right now for sales, and yeah,
Did
just
you beat out
imagine
Best Buy?
we have to go through. Oh, we wait, say again.
Did you beat out Best Buy? Because it's pretty much the same store,
I
isn't
think
it?
they just compare with just Future Shop. I'm not too sure, but
Oh, your store. Okay, I got you.
yeah,
Okay.
but because they are actually the same thing, same
They are.
guys, but it was so, and like I only worked on like actual Black Friday. They gave me the weekend off, so I still thank my managers today. But I heard that we kicked so much butt in it, and apparently it was just out of control. So maybe my part of the Western Canada were a lot more intense, but maybe over in your very west, it's not as big of it.
It did not affect me in the slightest.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, it was
So,
intense.
I
I think
just even.
we had like almost I think it was actually 5-day sales. We had VIP sale, which is Thursday, Black Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then the Cyber Monday. So it was just like, please kill me.
He doesn't have to shoot
It's
you
over.
now.
Shoot him now! Shoot him now!
Shoot him now. Next.
It's over now. It's done. It's over. This one I'll put from Trailblaze as well, because I keep just looking at this one. To all, what are some of your favorite references in My Little Pony?
Oh, okay. I have mine. Future and past.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. Of course, we can't talk about the future.
No,
The future
but
doesn't exist.
I can't wait.
The future doesn't exist.
I was so worried it was going to get cut for time, but it stayed in.
Nice.
You're such a tease.
I know. It's only because it's like the stupidest inside joke of all time. But so that one, and then the Big Lebowski ponies.
Oh yeah, the Lebowski pony
yeah.
was awesome. How they got
I died.
how they got Jesus in there, I have no idea.
Me neither, but that's so funny.
He's even in the freaking Game Loft game. You know that?
I know. When I got the game, I was like, really? They put the okay, whatever. I'm okay with it.
My favorite one that told me that this series is gonna last was early on in season 1 when they did a Benny Hill chase scene.
That was mine.
That was hilarious. Okay, it's like all of a sudden the music came on and I went, that's yakety sax. Oh my goodness! Yeah.
That was the Philomena episode.
Yes, it was. It was Benny Hill.
Oh, God, I watched that growing up too. It's terrible.
It was a Benny Hill show. I was like, there's no way they got away with that.
They also did it in Ticketmaster.
They did.
Yeah.
Yep. They did in 2 episodes, I think, didn't they?
Yeah, but I love that bit. As soon as that bit was in, I'm watching this. If you can
Yeah.
bring Benny Hill into it, I'm there.
It's terrible. It's funny. I grew up watching that show, and
Yep.
it's when you know what that show is, it's kind of like, really, your parents let you watch that when you were a kid? But
Yeah.
it's pretty funny. It was pretty funny.
My parents let us watch it. You know, my parents
Oh, yeah, my
sometimes
parents
would let
don't
us
care.
stay up and watch Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
In those drug
My
addled eras.
my dad's got a good sense of humor. And hey,
Still my
he's always
favorite.
chasing naked ladies around, so you know.
There you go.
Oh God. Still, my most favorite is the James Bond reference. I'm a huge James Bond fan, so it's like it's. Oh my God! I freaked out and as soon as he bit, and then the jelly, and I was just like, oh my God! I freaked out very
That was
hardcore on
fun.
that. I
Nice.
still love James.
Yeah,
I actually just watched James Bond.
IDP
again
needs
last
to do
night.
a Con Main one-off comic.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
That would be cool.
Main Con
Yes.
Main.
See, they gotta do Daring Do. And they gotta
Yeah.
do that.
They gotta do a Daring Do one-off, and they gotta do
Agreed.
a Main Con Main one-off.
Agreed.
Absolutely. Next.
I'll bring it up to my editor.
Do
and
it.
He'll say, "Shut up, shut up,
Do it.
Spira."
Do it now.
Oh my goodness.
Next.
So this one is from
James Justice!
I was just waiting for you, Dusty.
Resident superhero. Lover of cornflakes. Well, he loves beating them up anyway. I actually had a box of Fruity Pebbles in the house this week. And he wasn't here to keep them away
We
from
don't
me.
have those anymore.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm still surprised that they're still using the Flintstones in their marketing. It's like,
Yeah, I'm
Agreed.
It's like, wow, the Flintstones haven't been on the air since when? 61?
Yeah, do kids know the
Do
Flintstones?
kids know the Flintstones
I don't know.
anymore?
Their parents just buy them for them. Here you go.
Here you
Yeah.
They know what it is. The kids
Yes.
don't.
So what does James Justice want to know this week?
Question for Sibsy. What is the most bizarre thing you've ever found yourself storyboarding for?
Like show-wise?
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
the
or-
most bizarre situation you've had to storyboard? How's that?
That's a tough one.
Toughies.
Here, just think back 10 years of your life and,
Yes.
and answer a
Yes.
question in 3 seconds.
I'm laying bed at Ed, Ed, and Eddie somewhere.
Probably. Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff in the edge.
Stuff in that show.
A lot. I just remember, it was the Ed's movie? Oh God. Rolf was riding along in the desert or like in the middle of nowhere on top of this big pile of like everything, like like just piles of like a clock and a chest, and all I remember saying is, if I ever have to draw this ever again, I'm gonna kill myself. Like I knew how to draw that thing from every angle when I was done, and there was like 30 or 40 things in that pile. Like it was just piled up super tall, and he was sitting on top of this big pile of junk. And that was just weird. Like, I was like, why did we do this? What a horrible idea to do this, because we're gonna have to draw it 7,500 times. And then we just kept saying, at least we don't have to animate it, but we kind of already were. I don't know if that's the weirdest. I can't really remember one particular instance, but Dusty's right. It probably was something on the Eds, because that show was just off the wall.
Crazy.
Strangeness.
So this was from Edmund Prenter. Question for all: what's your favorite Christmas special or Christmas movie?
Oh, good question.
I'm just gonna go straight out on this one because I've been thinking this one through, and there's only one, and it is National Lampoon's.
Oh, the Christmas Vacation?
Yeah,
that's
National
good.
Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It was the best thing ever.
That's not bad. Not bad. What about you, Sibs?
Okay. Well, it's kind of a two-parter.
Okay.
The real answer is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Of course, yeah.
I'm not really a big Christmas girl, and Rudolph is like the only thing that I really, really love at Christmas. Like any Christmas decor in my house is pretty much just Rudolph because I love him. And and then there was this really terrible cartoon that Cartoon Network aired when we were working on the Eds, and when we were in the studio, we had like 4 or 5 TVs in our studio, and we'd have Cartoon Network playing all the time. And at Christmas time, CN would play this horrible Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, and I hope to God someone knows what I'm talking about.
Yep.
I do.
Okay,
I've
do
seen
you know
it.
which one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's
Yes,
so
I do.
bad.
Yeah, it was
And
quickly
this-
put together from the
Okay.
song.
It's so bad, and every year it would come on, I would die laughing, and everyone would laugh at me and like tell me to shut up because they're like, Sabrina, this is the worst cartoon ever. I'm like, but it's so good. And half the time we wouldn't even watch it with the sound on. I just wanted to wait to see the one shot of after she got hit by the reindeer. She looked like she was dead, face down in the snow, and I was like, this is the greatest cartoon of all time. And for that reason, I'm still looking for a copy of it. I can't find it, even like in the bargain bins.
I gotta find that.
Gotta find it.
I've been looking for it for like 10 years.
Wow.
It's so bad, but it's got this place of my heart. Just the
I wonder if
dead
it's on YouTube.
grandma in the snow.
Have you tried
It's
you?
probably.
Maybe on YouTube.
Probably.
I'm looking-
Again, this
For
is before
me-
the time.
For me, growing up where I did in eastern Michigan, we used to get like Canadian TV. So,
Yeah.
the Raccoons Christmas special.
Oh, raccoons!
The Raccoons. That
Love
Bert
them.
Bert
Bert,
was
yeah.
hilarious. And basically, they had the Raccoons Christmas special, and I think that was the one where they played ice hockey, and they had to
Yes.
save Christmas, and they had to play ice hockey versus these big bears, right? And
my
they had
God,
to win
I
the ice
watched
hockey
that
game to
now.
save Christmas. And I love that one. And
You've brought me back.
yes.
Oh my
And then there
goodness.
was what was
I
the other?
love the raccoons.
The Raccoons. You know, Sibs, I talk about the Raccoons all the time on the show, and nobody knows who they are. Nobody knows
I've
that
seen it
show.
before.
It's because we're
I-
over 30.
It's because we're over 30 and
because-
it's Canadian.
Hey, I've seen
like-
it
It's-
before.
and it's
but
Canadian.
I'm Canadian, so it
It was
works.
made.
for
It
me.
was made by Nelvana, the same people that made Animal
Yeah, it
Olympics.
was. And it had the greatest, like, credit song in the
Yeah.
history of world.
Didn't Nelvana also make Rock and Rule? I think.
Yes, it did.
Yes, they did. So yeah, Rock and
Not as
Roll.
good as
and-
raccoons, but
Not as good as
raccoons
Raccoons.
was.
But
Okay,
No.
I gotta ask you, cartoon fanatics, because this one has been killing me from the get go. It just came to me randomly when I heard this song by Billy Joel, of course. We Didn't Start the Fire, but I remember there was a cartoon that actually had "We Didn't Start the Fire" as the theme as it's going on. I think it had something to do with trolls or
Really?
something. Yeah, and I remembered I was so obsessed with that cartoon that when I heard my dad playing it, because he loves Billy Joel. Now I love Billy Joel, and when he played that song on one of his record players, I was just like, dude, I love this song. I love this song, and then I just got obsessed with it from then on in. But I cannot, for the life of me, remember what
I have
cartoon.
no idea.
never. I
It
don't remember.
doesn't. It doesn't ring a bell with me either.
Mm-mm.
I think you're just making it up. No, I
Wait.
don't know.
Yeah, no. Imperius is saying that he says we didn't start the Flame Wars, but I mean, no. That's like
That's something
a couple years old of a fan anime thing. I'm talking about an actual TV series, an actual
No.
like by trolls. I mean, like under the bridge trolls kind of thing, not your typical.
And they
trolls.
actually used that song. They got the rights to it.
They actually had the rights to it, and I don't remember much. I remember that there was a nice, lovely town that was all nice and pretty, and then the villains were like the garbage people. They spewed out oil everywhere. They were polluting everything, and the trolls.
That sounds
were
like that terrible Smoggies cartoon that was on when I was a kid, and I hated it so much.
It sounds like
Might
a
have been
terrible
that.
cartoon.
Eesh.
I'm sure it was a terrible cartoon, but
Captain Planet.
Oh God, no. Ugh. So ugly. So ugly.
Next.
oh my god, yes. So this one's from Kylo. Question for all: anything you are specifically hoping to get for Christmas?
Ooh. I don't know. I've been given so much this year that I don't think I'm eligible for one more prize, because this has been one of the best years of my life, between doing this show and seeing my friends and getting to do what I've done this year. There's nothing.
It's pretty much like there's no more you can ask for.
There's nothing more I could ask
There's not
for.
much more. Yeah.
There's nothing more that I could ask for.
I have
this year.
that same feeling, I really do. And I actually, honestly, I'm a stickler for Christmas gifts. When people ask me, what do you want for Christmas? I'm like, nothing. I remember it was a couple years ago when they were like pushing it on me. I'm like, okay, I want a blanket, a new blanket on my like a new bedding and everything.
Yeah.
So they're like,
duvet.
that, really? Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's
But
what you
yeah,
want.
I can't. I never ask for stuff because I usually already have what I want.
I think for me, I'm so broke right now because I've been off work for a while. I just wish I had more money to buy more presents for people, because I love buying stuff for people when I can. I love giving stuff, and as much as I can't afford it this year, I'm like, I don't even care. I will go into more debt. I don't care, because it's like the one time, like I usually finish my Christmas shopping like by November. I'm done because I get so excited. But other than that, it's gonna sound really lame and cheesy, but I've got Andy here, and that's pretty awesome. Because, I don't get to see him very often. And long distance relationships suck the big one. So it's nice just having him around for Christmas, because he keeps me in good spirits, and he's all into Christmas, and he's making
Yes,
me
he
not
is.
so grinchy because I'm such a Grinch.
Mr. brand new punk rock album,
Oh, yeah.
Christmas album. Go buy
Which
it.
I had the pleasure of listening to
Yes.
being recorded
Yes.
while he was here.
Go and buy Mando Pony's
But
new
no.
punk rock Christmas album.
It's cheap. Do it.
It's cheap.
That because I don't have any family here. My family lives, 2,000 miles away, and it's
Goodness.
nice to just not be alone
Oh yeah.
for Christmas. So
Mm-hmm.
having Andy here is keeping me sane.
Keep you sane.
I've
Couldn't
been.
Yeah.
ask for much more. Hey, Screwy.
No.
Uh-oh.
Screwy.
What?
You know what time it is?
There's no way.
It is. It's
What?
that time. It's that time again.
It seems a little early,
It
Dusty.
does. It does because we're having such a wonderful, wonderful time. But it is that
But
time.
yeah.
that's killing it.
I know we're killing it, but I got to have that one awesome last question that you've been holding on to. I know you
For
have.
fudge cakes.
fudge Fudge cakes.
Okay, I'm just looking
Oh
through
my
this
goodness.
enormous list.
Everyone's tweeting me, Grandma got run over by reindeer links already. I love all of you.
What? Are you
Absolutely.
kidding?
Yes, I knew it had happened.
You people are my favorite.
Show's not even over.
The internet has everything. No, people
It
got
does.
to find that troll thing or whatever it was for me. If someone
Find the troll thing, yeah.
whatever that is, it's killing me.
Screwy!
God,
Screwy!
They're charging $19 for this DVD. Okay, never mind. I'm done.
Back on point, Screwy.
Okay.
Okay. For the love of dear sweet Celestine, all is holy. There's just so many. What's I need to just pick. God damn. Okay, I'll get this one. This one's from James P. Short. What resources you'd recommend for someone looking to get into animation?
Resources in the sense of like school. I don't know. You don't have to go to a school to do it, but if you're not going to go to school, you have to be pretty darn good, just on your own merit. And there's a lot of people out there who don't need to go to school to learn. It's always nice to have, a diploma to say, hey, look, I've learned what I'm supposed to be doing.
Mhm.
I don't know how many schools offer stuff for animation anymore. I know the program I took, oh God, a long time ago now. I don't even want to say when I graduated college because it was forever ago. When I went to college, I had a 3-year course that was all animation. Every class I had, storyboarding, animation, history, character design, it all intertwined. And then the year after I graduated, it turned into kind of like a university, a bachelor program,
Mhm.
which made you take like weird electives that I don't know why you need to take history or something it was strange to me, but it was kind of like, I guess, what CalArts is now,
Mhm.
like at the time. And just keep drawing all the time, draw every day. It sounds really cliche and dumb, but it's true. But most of the people I work with in the industry have all had some sort of animation school degree, whether it be year-long, whether it be 3 years, whatever. They all have some sort of background in going to some sort of school because it really does hone your skills and your abilities, and you can kind of figure out maybe which direction you want to go if you want to go into animation, because there's so many different avenues. Like, you might think you want to be an animator until you start animating and then realize it's death, and maybe you want to deal with story instead, like I did, or character design. It might help you, bring a focus to
Exactly what you want to do.
what you want to do, because once you're in a studio, you can kind of move around, but you want to get your foot in the door. You want to be good at a little bit of everything to show them that you're well versed in a little bit of everything.
Yep.
You don't want to pigeonhole yourself.
No, not at all. So with that, we're at the end of the program. Hey, guess what? Don't go anywhere though. You know why? Because we have a brand new outro in this first time we're going to show it tonight. So don't go nowhere. Okay? But before that, I have to read you this list of wonderful original entertainment that you can watch right here on Everfree Network every week. You start off Mondays with this program, if you want to call it that.
Oops, sorry.
Screwy! Don't
You're
type
fired.
when I'm talking.
It's a mechanical keyboard. I keep forgetting.
So you start off Monday evenings with us on Stay Brony, my friends, with one loud mechanical keyboard. Then you go into Tuesdays Beauty Art Crusaders, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, where the CAC find the best art this fandom has to offer and tells you why it is so good. Then,
They are great.
yes, they are. The Inventory at KPNY, which is Odd Wednesdays, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's a radio drama where, what if Equestria discovered us? What would they do about that? Well, this little radio program will tell you all about it, so check that out. Then, Equestria Inquirer is back Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Masan Alakat has taken over, and the truth from Equestria is coming from his desk now, so check that out. Into the Spotlight with Osaka Jack, Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, focuses on the person behind the brony and gives a spotlight to those that really deserve it. Sketchy Sounds live songcast, Thursdays, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, a 2-hour live set of acoustic music played by Sketchy for you. Check that one out. And then Post My Video with Jay Holler and BVids, Thursdays, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, the premier video and animation showcase, interviews with guests showing off new content in the PMD universe. Then on the radio side, Lunar Republic Takeover, Fridays, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Nightmare Moon takes over this very radio stream and plays all of your requests that evening. So if you can put up with Nightmare Moon, you can get your song played. Mixology with DJ One Trick and DJ Midley. That is Saturdays, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. 2 awesome DJs take over the stream and throw your ears with bendable wubs all evening long. Eastern Sounds with Frozen Sounds, Saturdays, 11 p.m. Pacific, 5 a.m. Eastern. A 2-hour live mix of Brony dance music scheduled for our European guests and time zones. Then Saturday Night Songs with the Kreber Clan when they're not out doing something and they're available. We have Saturday Night Songs with Michelle, Saturdays, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. Then Blue Screen Bronies is Sundays, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, where they help you find the good games, the gaming show. They tell you to stay away from crud games and tell you what all the good games are. Then Sundays, Pegasisters Live, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, where Emily, Jay, and Tay do kind of what we do here, but from a Pegasisters point of view. So check that show out. It is a raucous time. I've been there. It's a lot of fun. And with that, we are damn near down to it. I want to remind you that we do have a T-shirt. T-shirt at Redbubble. It's over my shoulder. You guys wanted one, a new one, we got it. So check out that. You can get stickers, you can get T-shirts in any color you want. And that is at Redbubble. Go to redbubble.com, look for Everfree Network, and you will find it there. Please pick one up. We got to keep the servers running. So we are there at it. So I want to thank Sibsy for showing up tonight, for Mando for giving me a little bit of time with his girlfriend. Filming is Magic, who are the people who are putting out this outro you're going to see in just a minute. BabsCon, Care to Win for helping me for everything, my beautiful girlfriend Amy. EFN for giving us this platform, Screwy for doing everything that Screwy does, and you out there who come every time we turn the camera on to make fools of ourselves.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Thank you so much, Dusty.
Absolutely. Any last words?
Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you for listening.
And stay safe if it's storming out there. If you're
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. Stay safe,
it's
everybody.
raining here.
And
Yeah,
in 2 weeks, our guest
2 weeks.
will be Josefina Helen, who is the Swedish voice of Luna, Derpy, and Trixie. So in 2 weeks, we're going to have another
Cool.
Swedish voice with us. So come on back, and we will have even more fun. We'll learn how to roll our R's in Swedish. The great and powerful Trixie! Yes.
Trixie!
There, thank you, Screwy.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Thank you. So,
Come on, Steve.
yes, with that, we are out of here. So thanks a lot again for coming by, and we'll be right back here at 5 p.m. in 2 weeks. So check it out. We'll be right back. Check out this outro. Let us know how you love it, and we'll catch you later, okay? Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We hate to leave you, but we'll be back soon. Good night, sweetheart. Good night. Good night, sweetheart. Good night.
And it was crazy because I always wanted to learn how to draw really, really cartoony, like stupid cartoony. And it was a challenge because, I was pretty good at, the Disney more realistic style and everything's very constructed and structurally sound and whatever.
Right.
And then when you work on the eds, you basically throw all that out the window.
Oh, yeah.
So, so it was a struggle for me the whole 5 years. Like, it was a good struggle. It was a good challenge, and I don't regret any of it. But it was a fun show to work on, and I'm glad that I was able to stick around because it's a tough place to work. It's you have to be you have to stick it out a lot. If not, you're out the door if you can't keep up with the pace. So I'm kind of glad that it was kind of like an animation boot camp, we call it. In a way, they kick your butt into shape and make you an amazing artist and go from there.
Yeah, like they say, you have 10,000 bad drawings in your arm. The faster you get them out, the better.
I think I have like 30,000. But I don't know. I miss those days, though. I feel sometimes it's going to sound strange, but I feel, and this has nothing to do with, the quality of the stuff I'm working on now, but I feel like I've lost a little bit of that. And I feel like I was a better artist then, a little bit more, because we were always forced to push and push and push and push. But I try to keep it in mind. But your styles change over the years, and
Yeah.
so.
Yep. The stuff I drew in the mid '90s is nothing like what I draw today. So it's like,
Yeah, me too.
You look back to that, and it's like, I tried really, really hard to get in the comic books. I tried really hard to get in the comic books for a few years, and I got to
There's no money in it.
There's no money in it. Yeah. Finally, I figured out there's no money in it. But yeah, when you push for 3 or 4 years, and then like in 1995, you get 4 pages in an anthology comic, and you think you're the hot doo-doo, right? And then...
Well, still pretty good.
Then you go do something else, and then you come back to it, and you're drawing again. It's like, God, I was really good back in '95. What happened?
What happened? Yeah.
Like,
It's not that it's bad. It's just different. It's
just
just
different.
a different style
It's
of
just
drawing,
different.
and I kind of miss the practice and having to do it every day. I think it's just I'm out of practice. I don't think I've lost it. I hope I haven't lost it, but
nah.
We'll see.
No, you haven't lost it. Shh. Stop being so hard on yourself.
I know this
Stop
is
it.
me we're talking about.
You have also worked on Kid vs. Cat, Pound Puppies, Martha Speaks, as we've said before.
Yep.
How hard is it? You're at DHX, and they do a lot of different shows, and I'm sure you're moving from show to show to show.
Yes.
How difficult is it to basically go from pony to then you got the different...
This is Vinyl Scratch, and I'm here to rock your world.
you doing, gang? It's your boy Dusty back here on the West Coast. It's dark. It's getting darker. It's December now, December 2nd. Christmas is coming. Hearthswarm Eve is almost here, isn't it? Isn't it getting there? Where did the year go? I mean, we started off with the con that shall not be named, and now we're all the way to here. How did that happen? I don't know. But here we are. Hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving, all my American friends, and everybody who's not American. Hope you had a great Thursday, because it was a wonderful day for us over here. We had a great time. So we had Guns. Guns was here all week. So we had Thanksgiving with him, and we had him hanging out all weekend. It was a great time. Thanks for coming, dude. It was awesome. But we are here tonight with one of our favorite artistes, as it were. One Sibsy, lead storyboard artist for one of your favorite programs, and that would be... Which one? Which one was that? Which one did you work on, Sibs?
My Little Pony, I think.
No, I thought it was Ed, and Eddie.
Well, that too.
That too.
Oh,
yeah,
that too.
That too.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. But yes.
Very far away.
One Sibsy Sabrina Abagade is here.
Hello.
And, hello.
Thank you for having me.
I've been trying to get you on this program for a year, woman. What are you talking about?
I know,
Love to have you here.
It's been a busy year.
Been a busy year, hasn't it? Because we have very exciting, wonderful hit TV series to work on, don't we?
Have shows to make, yeah.
Shows to make. Not only did you work on that, but you worked on Pound Puppies, Kid vs. Cat, Martha Speaks, Martha. All of these shows, and probably
I loved Martha.
Probably things you can't even talk about yet.
Oh, of course. That goes without saying,
Goes
doesn't
without
it?
saying, yes. That there's plenty out there that you've done that we can't talk about.
So many secrets.
Secrets and lies, secrets and lies. It's all secrets and lies.
It's all secrets and lies.
It's all secrets and lies, isn't it? Well, wonderful. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here
No
with us.
worries.
Yeah. So
About time.
That's about dang time.
About
ain't it?
time I have time.
Yes. So we're gonna get straight into it. Question number 1.
Oh my goodness. Ready. Okay.
Yes. Ready? Okay. Here we go.
I think so.
What are some of your earliest memories of cartoons and comics that you liked as a kid?
Like the ones that really stood out to me, I guess, were the Disney Afternoon, because I was old enough to appreciate good storytelling and, for the most part, good animation.
For the most part.
For the most part, like DuckTales, Tailspin, Gummy Bears. I remember from when I was really young, but I didn't love them as much as I did like Rescue Rangers. I think because I was still too young. I think, Gummy Bears was like 83, 84, which would put me at 4 years old and, not that smart at that age. Yeah. But those and, the Warner Brothers, Animaniacs, Tiny Toons, those were the Ninja Turtles. Those were kind of the big ones for me. Yeah.
And most people wouldn't understand that, the TV Ninja Turtles were nothing like the comic book Ninja Turtles.
No, nothing at all.
Nothing at all. If you went back and saw
some
of the early Eastman and Laird, it's like the turtles killed
I know.
people. Oh my god.
I've got the collections, and I met them at a few Comic-Cons a few years in a row, and I was geeking out. Obviously.
Yes.
It's like, oh my god, you made the Ninja Turtles.
I've done the same. It is well known that you got your start in animation while working on Ed, and Eddie.
I did.
Can you tell us a story of what it was like working on this iconic program?
It's kind of strange because it's kind of an involved story.
We get that?
Really boring. Oh god, look, I was so young and thin, and I had glasses then. Yeah, when I got the news about the show that was being produced in Vancouver, I was still living in Toronto, and I had heard about the show, but we had only gotten season 1 of it in Canada, for reasons I know, but I don't know if it's public knowledge, so I'm just going to keep my mouth shut about it. It's political and whatever. So I didn't really know too much about it, and this was kind of before the YouTube heyday. Like, you couldn't just go on YouTube and find, and that's kind of scary that this was only 10 years ago. So I didn't really have any frame of reference. I had I had a few comic books I could find that had some art that Scott, one of the guys I worked with, did. And that's basically all I knew. And I went into it pretty much blind, but knowing that it was this huge show in the States. And
iconic old school look of Martha Speaks. Then you've got the new funny bouncy Pound Puppies, and then you've got Kid vs. Cat, which is another style altogether. So basically you've sort of melding your style between 4 different properties, much less what you're working on.
Yeah.
How hard is it as an artist to basically jump from that to that?
For me, and I don't want to sound conceited, but for me it's not too hard. I always liked drawing different styles. Like if you look at my DeviantArt page, one drawing to the next, I like to try something new every time. I don't like to stick to one style, even though a lot of people, when they see my art, they know it's me. Like, and I don't see it because I can't see it. It's impossible to look at your own work, you know, like that. But I've got so many different styles because I like to vary it up that I find switching between shows isn't really that much of a big deal for me. Especially since a lot of them are cartoony. Like Kid vs. Cat, I really like doing. I'm on Littlest Pet Shop at the moment, and they given me all the cute animal stuff because I guess that's what I like to draw, is cute things. That's what I'm told. So I actually enjoy it. But yeah, I don't find it too difficult. Martha was a little bit trickier because I hadn't drawn humans in a while.
Okay.
But you know, a week or two, you kind of practice them for a week or so before you start, and your first drawings are always going to look a bit weird. They always do. Even my pony boards from season 1, they had like no necks. Their eyes were big.
Oh yeah, I actually saw some of those on your DA. I didn't bring them in. I didn't get it. I should have brought them, but I didn't. Because they looked like they were all on acid. Weird.
Oh, those ones.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. I had to take all my pony stuff down for legal reasons. Contractual things. Yeah, it's silly, but you got to do what they say.
Yes.
But you know, like those, I know which ones you're talking about. Those ones those come out of a day of, I don't feel like drawing them on model anymore. I want to draw them weird. So I'll just draw them really weird and whacked out. And then people think I draw them like that all the time. But
it was sort of like if the ponies went on the eds.
They totally were, yeah.
Yeah. Those were funny. It is also known that you're a huge Disney fan, and that Cars, between Sibsy and Cars and Disney, you basically had a squee that could be heard around the world. Yes.
Oh, I know, right?
Yes. I mean, look at this over here on my shoulder. How many cars are in that one piece of paper?
I probably could have done 50 more.
Yes.
They're so fun for me. I don't know. I think it helps that I like Cars, but I really like the movie, and